Next, let's talk about the operations that can be applied on pointers. For example, plus plus, minus minus, plus minus, etc. And also we can use array to hold pointers. Each element in the array is a pointer. A pointer can also point to another pointer. Then let's have example to explain each one of them as we just mentioned. So for example, we have defined an integer variable j, and also we assign 25 to it. So from the comment, we know that the value of j has been stored in address 5433. Then we define numbers of pointers. And the first pointer, IP, so who points to an address of an integer variable. And for the second pointer, IPP, so you may get confused why this pointer has two stars there, because this pointer IPP points to another pointer. For the another pointer, it points to an address of an integer variable. And the last pointer, IPA2, will point to an array with two elements, and each element hold a pointer who points to an address of an integer variable. And for IP equals to unsigned j for this line, so when we put the unsigned in front of a variable, it means that we want to get the address of this variable. So therefore, the meaning of this line means that we assign the address of a variable j, which is 5433, as we already mentioned from the comments, to pointer IP. So therefore, actually IP is also equals to 0x5433. But for the last line, IPP equals and IP. For this line, we want to assign the address of IP to pointer IPP. So in order for us to better understand it, so you can imagine on the main memory, we have a space to store this IP. And this is the address and also the value. So the value will be 5433, which is the address of integer variable j. And the address of IP, for example, is just A, B, C, D. So after we see this illustration, so actually IPP equals to and IP, and also actually we can imagine that the IPP is also equals to 0x A, B, C, D, which is the address of IP. So based on the figure on the left side, so let's see the answers of each operations down below. First, let's see what is the star IP. So when we want to get the value pointed by this pointer, we can put the star in front of the pointer, so which we also call it the reference. For example, since IP is a pointer who points to the variable j, so when we put a star in front of IP, we can get the value of j, which is 25. So therefore, actually, star IP is equals to 25. For star IP plus 1, so since the value of IP is 5433, when we increase the value of IP by 1, which means we increase the address 5433 by 1. Actually here, we increase this address by 1. Actually, we point to here. We point to 5434. So after we dereference IP plus 1, we can get value 12, which is stored in address 5434. Therefore, star IP plus 1 actually equals to 12, which is stored here. Then the next one, after IP minus minus, which means we decrease the value of IP 5433 by 1. So currently IP is here. So we decrease the address by 1, which means we point here. So currently the value of this IP is equal to 10. So right now, star IP actually equals to 10. Then let's see the pointer array. So first, we assign the value of IP to IPA0. Then we assign value of star IPP to IPA1, which is here. For star IPA0, actually it is equal to star IP because IPA0 equals to IP. So star IPA0 equals to star IP, which means dereference IP. So after we dereference IP, we will get 25, which is the value stored here. And then let's see star IPA1. So we know that the value in pointer IPP is the address of IP, actually according to this line. Therefore, after we dereference IPP as a star IPP here, then star IPP actually equals to IP. So therefore, after we dereference star IPA1 actually is equals to star IP, and finally equals to 25. And for star IPP and the star IPP, so as we just mentioned, the star IPP actually equals to IP and also equals to 0x5433. And for this star IPP actually is equals to star IP and finally equals to 25. In C, we have two special pointers. One is a non-pointer, the other one is a void pointer. First, let's see non-pointer. The non-pointer is a pointer variable who has not been assigned any exact address. In C program, a very good habit is that so whenever you want to define a pointer variable, you'd better to assign a none to it, just like this. So we can remind you that you have not assigned any address to this pointer. Unlike in Java, when you assign a none to a variable in C program, it also means that you have assigned 0 to it. And 0 also means false in C programming language. So in if clause, we can do this if this one in C programming language, but actually you cannot do it in Java. So for this, if PTR, if you assign any address to this pointer PTR, which means PTR is not 0 anymore. So therefore, the condition will be true. Then the instruction under this if clause will be executed. On the other hand, so when you place an exclamation sign in front of the pointer PTR. So as long as you assign any address to this pointer, the exclamation PTR will be false. So therefore, the instruction within the if clause cannot be executed. And the other special pointer type is a void pointer, so which means a pointer can point to almost any type. For example, for this integer type pointer PTR will point to an address of integer with value 25. Then we declare a pointer P who points to an address of void type value. So later, after we assign the value of a PTR to P, which means currently pointer P points to an address of an integer variable. So when we do the dereference for pointer P, we need to false convert the pointer type of P from void pointer to int pointer as this line. Then actually it is equals to star PTR, which is equals to 25. So I bet all you guys know that in Java, we have object class, which is the generic class for all the classes. So when you define an object class instance, so you can use this instance to point to any other instance which you later defined. So which is very similar to the void pointer in C programming language.